Hi, my name is Chloe, and I'm going to talk about how the media influences heavy meat consumption. The following information will reveal how media impacts consumers' intake and behaviors towards meat. Meat consumption patterns are heavily based on media's influence, which in turn influences society as a whole by persuading one's family, friends, and colleagues. The public's craving for meat is not powered by our genes, taste buds, or health expectations, but is driven by our culture. Because the media is heavily government controlled, its thirst for growing meat consumption is due to the desire of money, power, and profit. The fatter, sicker, and more diseased the public is, the more they will spend on medical and health care, which brings in more money to the government and government-funded corporations. Meat corporations use sex, power, and masculinity in mass media to lure society into a man-made ideal of gender and dominance in order to sell their products. Meat industries are funded by the government, which means the government is paying meat industries, so they must do what the government wants and says. The media is also controlled and heavily funded by the government. The American Meat Institute, the National Meat Association, and the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, they're a powerful group and they know they have a strong voice in decision making in Washington. I think the ultimate objective of lobbying organizations such as the American Meat Institute is to be sure that when the legislators enact bills or when a regulator finalizes a regulation, our expertise, our experiences, our insight is part of their decision-making process. Patrick Boyle, CEO of the American Institute, said that quote. So meat causes sickness and disease. So high consumption of meat is directly linked to an increase in heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and respiratory disease. These diseases listed are the top illnesses that kill the most people in America. Meat is high in saturated fat, which clogs arteries and stops organs from functioning as properly. The more people who are sick and diseased, the more money the government makes from pharmaceuticals, surgeries, medications, medical bills, and health insurance. Currently, America spends an average of $3.4 trillion a year on healthcare, and this number is continuing to grow. The more medical bills people have, the more they will spend on healthcare. The price of healthcare is rising due to disease prevalence and large demand and push for pharmaceutical drugs. Meat advertisements are more focused on attracting men because studies have shown that men consume more meat than women. To do so, they use women's bodies publicized in provocative ways to persuade men. In many meat ads, women are not viewed as individuals, but as a collection of body parts to appeal to men. A chicken is not an animal but a juicy breast, and a pig is not a being but a rack of ribs. They are stripped of their identity and objectified as merely pieces to be consumed. Meat industries and media have created the idea that the consumption of meat increases a man's masculinity. Meat industries have created and used the concept of eating animals projects an image of manliness and strength. In Burger King's Manthem ad, a group of guys saying that they need to eat like men, while Del Taco's ad suggests that beef will feed the beasts inside of you, the primitive, violent masculinity. Here are some examples of meat advertisements. So as you can see, they're using women's bodies in provocative ways. Yes, these are some examples I found. And there's many more, but these three I just thought really spoke to my argument. Meat, especially red meat and processed meats like sandwiches and deli meats, are very high in saturated fat. Saturated fat causes inflammation, clogs arteries, decreases organ function, decreases blood flow, causes hypertension, and increases LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol. These factors are what causes lifestyle diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, respiratory disease, and obesity. Meat corporations use sex, power, and masculinity to appeal society to a man-made ideal of gender and dominance in order to sell their products. The more people are sick, the more money the meat industries will make, and therefore the government makes. The meat increases sickness and disease, and media is government controlled. Masculinity and sexual desires sell. Masculinity, power, and dominance rises sales as well. The world, especially America, needs to rethink our ideals and morals and realize that advertisements are used and designed to sell products and make money. Society needs to carefully examine and be aware of what information we are absorbing and pay closer attention to our health and well-being. So here are 3 important facts I wanted to share with y'all that really spoke to these issues and really made me open my eyes to this, so I just wanted to share these facts. Today's children, ages 8 to 18, consume multiple types of media, often simultaneously, and spend more time, 44.5 hours per week, in front of a computer, television, and gaming screen than any other activity in their lives except for sleeping. Research has found strong associations between increase in advertising for non-nutritious foods and rates of childhood obesity. Food ads on television make up 50% of all the ad time on children's shows. These ads are almost completely dominated by unhealthy food products, 34% for candy and snacks, 28% for cereal, 10% for fast food, 4% for dairy products, 1% for fruit juices, and 0% for fruit and vegetables. Children are rarely exposed to public service announcements or advertisements for their health and healthy foods. Powerful meat companies such as Tyson Foods and JBS spend billions of dollars a year on lobbying and promotion so that we don't lose our appetites for animal protein. So here's some pictures. So how does this problem affect others? Many of us, our families, loved ones, and friends may still be victims to food marketing strategies and unhealthy choices. Today's youth are going to be creating all of our futures, which is why helping them and all of us create healthy food and lifestyle habits now is so important. Lower obesity rates will ensure less disease, lower death rates, and in turn will drop the healthcare costs and help save and improve millions of lives. So how I became personally affected by learning all this valuable information. So learning more about how media can positively and negatively influence my health, my choices, and my personal habits has opened my eyes and made me more aware of my surroundings and what information I allow myself to take in and trust. I now look at food advertisements in a different light and pay attention to their marketing strategies. However, I also see social media as a tool to improve my health and as a way to set, maintain, and create goals. For example, MyFitnessPal, Nike Fit Run, and my Apple Watch are all great media tools that have helped me improve my health. Through MyFitnessPal, I have been keeping track of the food I've been eating. I see if I'm eating too much fat, too much sugar. So that's really helped me keep a food plan and food diary. The Nike Fit Run app has helped me move more throughout the day and has helped me create a step goal throughout the week. And then my Fit Watch helps me just track how many calories I burn a day, my average heart rate and resting heart rate. So that's been a great tool to keep track of my health and exercise. So my changed habits. Obtaining health information from credible sources like scholarly articles, authors who are respected in their field of work, academic libraries and databases, and from professional standard organizations. I watch way less TV and do not pay too much attention to commercials and advertisements. I've been limiting my social media and phone use, and I have been consuming less alcohol and going to bed earlier. This is the 4 stages of habit. So I've been working to follow these and understand these in order to create healthier habits. So these 4-step stages are the backbone of every habit. The brain runs through these steps in the same order each time one creates a new habit, a bad or a good habit. So first is the cue. The cue triggers a craving, which motivates a response, which provides a reward, which satisfies the craving and ultimately becomes associated with the cue. So together, these 4 steps form a neurological feedback loop. So it goes cue, craving, response, and reward. So how I will continue to better myself? I'm going to continue to decrease my social media and phone use. I'll spend less time on Instagram and Snapchat and more time for reading, writing, schoolwork, exercise, and for being outside. I'm going to keep a food journal and record what I consume and drink on a daily basis. And I'll do that through the MyFitnessPal app. I'm going to continue to get my information from respectable sources and will do my best to warn others of the harmful effects media can have on health. So how I'm going to use media to positively influence health. So I'm going to start posting healthy recipes for vegan dishes and desserts that I found and loved. I'm also going to promote my job more frequently. I work at Fit Therapy, which is a small boutique gym, so hopefully posting more about my workouts and classes will get people more active and motivated to start a workout regimen. I'm going to share mindfulness quotes and meditations. And my media posts will hopefully encourage others to become more aware of mental health, body image, and self-esteem, and will help people be more mindful and conscious about their happiness, well-being, and health. Thank you so much for listening.